Yes, you know what it is. Hot 97 Funk Flex, Lupe Fiasco.
Indeed.
So we were talking earlier a little bit off the mic, and my bloggers brought it to my attention how heavy you were maybe a little while back in the blog game. What were some of the places that what are some of the sites you was messing with back then?
Man, I was one of the first ones on Hypebeast.
I like that site.
Yeah, early in the game. And then there was a few I can't even remember because it was a few that were like just like guest blogs. I did a guest blog for XXL for a little bit. There was a guest blog for this like another kind of streetwear site out of Canada that we did something for, because back when Hypebeast and all that start rocking and sneakerhead things started to get really, really big, everybody blog was something nice. So I did something with them. As of recently, I just did like this food blog called Food Republic. Did a tour in Australia and did like little restaurants and stuff. And then I did a blog for lupefiasco.com.
Okay.
Do a kind of little thing there every once in a while. But now I'm writing for the Chicago Sun-Times.
How often do you write for the Chicago Sun-Times?
Right now it's averaging like every maybe 3 weeks.
So you do the blog and the newspaper?
I stopped doing the blog. They put it up on their online thing, so it's not really a blog. It's kind of like an online Sun-Times thing, right? But it comes in the paper. Front page, Lupe Fiasco.
Amazing.
I got it sent to me in the mail. I was like, oh man, that's crazy.
You know what? Even though there's websites and blogging and stuff like that, there's something about that local newspaper.
Yeah.
When you see it, still has that. I'm a daily news fan. The Post, I've never been too much a fan of. New York Times, I love. But and I wonder if they still do the Village Voice. But they still do it, and they still give it away for free. The Village Voice is like it's like writers, man, who could probably work at other papers and get a heavy check, but they want to keep it 100.
Yeah, they want to keep it way too real.
You know what? and I'm gonna find this. I hit the cover of that once. This was, man, maybe 10 joints ago when I was doing a Tunnel nightclub, and I remember the guy not following me around and everything. Good guy. What is the difference for you now when you look at blogging and the internet in comparison to when you were doing it a while back? What's the difference to you?
I don't know. Right today, it's a little bit more from the hip. It's a little less well thought out, and it's more just pick up off what the next person said. It's not really like original content. It's like aggregating something. Like I'm gonna pull from this and then put my spin on it and then put it there
and get some hits.
But even with that said, there is some sites and some blogs where they take their time, or when they do critique something, like there's somebody who writes at the blog over at Vibe. Somebody who writes over at Ebony. Who critiqued one of my joints, and you would think it was, and you can compare it to like just a regular hip hop site. They just sound bites, whatever. But she really went in and was like, no, I'm gonna write a full thing about this on this one song. And it was super intellectual and super intelligent, I guess because it was Ebony.
They have a cool site too.
Yeah, and you get stuff like that that's cool, and it's some other joints that I like. I like the political stuff, so there's one called Counterpunch, which is super duper serious.
Counterpunch.com?
It's not lightweight. Yeah, counterpunch.com or counterpunch.org.
Okay.
And actually the owner of that just passed away over the past few days. But anyway, so when I want to get something real deep and I know it's something heavy, I'll go to that, But then I'll still navigate through the kind of, I don't call it trash sites, but it's not like a, it's almost like a trade magazine. You know what I'm saying?
I do like when different people's takes. I like to go to a Rap Radar. I like to go to a Hip Hop DX. I like one of my favorite sites is young guy out of Philly. It's Hip Hop Since 1987. He has a cool site. I saw a lot of early Meek Mill stuff on there.
But it depends who's writing. Yes. And you'd be like, you'll get somebody who just tell it straight, then you get people who embellish.
I like when the owners of the site. I like when the owner's site is heavy into the site.
Indeed.
Yeah, that seems to come across better than like a lot of. You know what? Would love to have you. I would love to have you guest write on my site. I'd love to have that. I'd love to. I like
Every time
no.
every time I see your joint on Twitter, I always think, for some reason, it's not safe for work.
well, some
Instead of
those,
IFWT,
Yeah.
and I'm like, is that naked pictures? So everything that come down the pipe be like, yo, it's like not safe for work. Is why Flex always naked pictures?
Wait, there's a couple of things that the girls like. There's a couple chicks up there that are kind of.
It's just the way that FWT looks is so akin to not safe for work. And I was just like, yo, like Flex got a bunch of naked pictures on his site. You know how you go through the timeline, you just scroll through,
What's
you see the
going
hashtag
on?
4 letters. You're like, come on, Flex.
Listen, I'd love to, and all out. Like, you know what we're going to do, and Tat. I want to let's definitely get the last story you did on the Chicago in the paper.
Indeed.
I'd like to cover that every
Indeed.
week, and I would love to once a month have you, and no holds barred. Say what you want. You do what you want to
But
do.
Flex, you gotta understand, I'm not that controversial, Flex.
But-
Understand? Understand. Somebody will ask me a question,
Mhm.
and they'll be like, "So, Lupe,
I'm going to ask you.
what do you think about that glass of water right there?" And I'll be like, "Oh, that glass is kind of dirty. So what you trying to say? You saying my moms can't wash dishes?" And then my mic gets tucked underneath the table. Then that mic is just, yo. So Lupe's in here talking about he don't like my mom's dishes. I just offered some water. Yeah, like he Jesus or something.
You know what I'd love to do? I would love to check in with you with like you seem like you're into the like political issues and stuff like that.
You want to do my take on the campaign? Is that what you want to do?
I would love that.
You want to do that?
I
Oh,
love
Flex,
that.
come on.
I
You
love
know,
that. When things happen, I'd love to. You know what? I'm gonna tell
who's
you.
there? Who's there? It's the CIA. We're looking for Funkmaster Flex.
No,
Hey,
nothing's
you got
nothing-
somebody on
no-
your team writing for you that is
Listen, I'm gonna make a post. I'm gonna make a post today, and we're gonna put it out, and we're gonna say once a month, we're gonna give Lupe Fiasco an avenue right here on the Flex We Trust, and then we're gonna shoot you a couple things, especially like look, you have the presidential campaign gearing up. I'd love to. You know what? I'd love to get. Look, there was a situation that just happened over the weekend, which was a terrible tragedy with so many young people dying
with
in
the shooter.
theater,
Yeah.
and
Was
the
that
way-
Chicago weekend?
It was actually
Was it New Orleans over the weekend?
no, we're in Colorado.
All that thing.
Yes,
'Cause you know other people were dying in other cities too.
Yeah, yes. Now let's save it because I see you have. Wait, I see you have an opinion on this. So we're gonna hold up.
Yes,
We're gonna hold up. This is what
I'm
we're gonna
just
do.
saying, you
Listen, we're going to. That's gonna be your first. We're gonna rock out like this. What I just asked you, I'm gonna send you a text, and I'm gonna give you a question, and then you go, and then we're gonna post it on the blog.
Indeed.
All right.
I'll do for indeed. Let's do that.
And
Let's do that.
as well as we're also going to keep track of your stories in the Chicago paper, which we're going to post as well.
Yeah, man.
Now we're going to get back to the music, New York freestyle. Let's get the beats ready. Let's do what we do.
Okay.
It's only right. Hot 97. Let's go.
Attention! If you're an artist looking for hot beats for your next project, hit up